guarantee.
Thank you. I'm going to bring in two very short interventions. Bob, you wanted?
Can I just follow up, Tom, just what you were saying about deterrence? I'm just wondering if you have a considered opinion why deterrence failed, because Putin declared in 2007 he didn't like the post-Cold War order anymore. The following year, the Georgian War, 2014, the first Ukrainian war, in order to prevent those countries from physically being able to enter NATO. Was it the German dependency on gas? Was it our dependency on or our liking for Russian money? Why do you think deterrence failed?
I think post-Cold War, the West took its eye off the ball. Defence budgets were cut. There was too much entering into trade and economic relationships without understanding the underlying strategic dependency that would lead to. So that's particularly true of hydrocarbons, which are, of course, a major part of the Russian economy, but it's also true of technology exports. So we enabled, and I don't just mean Britain, I mean the wider West, enabled the development of Russian high-tech warfare. We essentially provided the funding through oil and gas, and everything from financial services to broader parts of the service economy were integrated with Russia, despite the fact that we saw what happened in 2008, we saw what happened in 2014. The Munich Security Conference in 2007, Putin made it pretty clear what his intentions were. So there's no doubt that the West didn't act early enough or more decisively enough. The reality is that President Putin did not take the threats of deterrence seriously enough.
What are we going to do now, do you think?
Well, what we have to do now is we have to strengthen NATO. We particularly have to strengthen the eastern flank. We've already deployed more troops into Estonia, but there is more to do. We have to be serious about defence spending right across NATO. I'm very pleased that Germany have reversed their position on supplying defensive weaponry into Ukraine, but also on the defence budget and the energy budget. And all of the free world need to rethink their economic dependence. And we've already started working on that with China. For example, disconnection of Huawei, reducing strategic dependency on China. But that is what we need to do with Russia. Hydrocarbons is the biggest example, but more broadly, our economic policy needs to be seen much more through the light of geopolitics.
So you're making the argument for increased defence spending now?
In the
UK?
Well, I am pleased that we've already increased our defence budget and are spending more on defence. I'm not going to preempt the decisions of the Defence Secretary and the Chancellor at this meeting of the Foreign Affairs Committee, but I am making the point that over the last 15 years, it is clear that NATO has not done enough. And that's not just in terms of spending, it's also in terms of technological development, it's also in terms of the security architecture. And what Russia has done has shattered the security architecture of Europe. And it's not just shattered the security architecture of Europe, it's sent shockwaves around the world. And this is why South Korea are applying sanctions on Russia and why Japan are applying sanctions on Russia. Because if we don't stop Putin in Ukraine, of course it's devastating for European security, but it also sends a signal to aggressors elsewhere around the world.
Thank you. Alicia.
Thank you, Chairman. Thank you so much.